Y'all see the title? Y'all see the thumbnail? I said that kind of off. Y'all see the title? Y'all see the thumbnail? I ain't trying to waste none of y'all time, so let's get straight into it.
So one of the hottest topics on my channel used to be the downfall of Adam22 and the dismantling of his brand No Jumper. Basically, No Jumper completely imploded back in 2023, not only losing some of their most popular talents, but also creating this never-ending beef between Adam and the at the time recently departed.
Paid for the fucking funeral as soon as it happened just because.
Now after this, Adam...
Well, y'all let me know in the comment section, wait, what was that for? I don't remember that. I don't know why. When I think Adam22 now, I just think about him getting his wife smashed on by that porn star dude, and then everybody trying to smash his wife. But before that, I'd known him for like doing interviews with like rappers or whatever, but I don't remember that. So if anybody can tell me in the comment section, what was that for? I don't remember that at all. So please inform me in the comment section.
We'll look at his brands in a completely different light.
I didn't set down any boundaries in the beginning. It was just like, here's a table, here's these cameras, here's these 4 million subscribers, do whatever the f you guys want.
And while people enjoyed the content farm that No Jumper had become, he had held...
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
The claim that he was actually losing money on these new shows that he had created, and obviously the talent that he had hired.
And I ain't gonna lie, every time I do think of Adam, I ain't gonna lie, that's all I think about is him letting his wife get smashed. That's like the main point, even if I try not to. That's like the main point. In my head, I just be like, this nigga really let his girl get smashed on, his wife. Y'all let me know what y'all be thinking, though. What's the first thing you think about when you think Adam22? It could not be that, so, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta just say what I said.
After this, Adam seemed extra anxious to cash out and completely changed the way that he was operating, hiring some new talent while retaining some other guys, and really just trying to keep No Jumper's head above water. And I feel like the real desperation would not start until his wife Lena announced that she would be appearing in an adult video with corn star Jason Love. Keep in mind, this came right on the heels of her and Adam getting married, and of course we all know how that thing ended. And with Adam completely leaning into this arc of his career, even calling himself the king of all cups, aka the guy...
He dead ass leaned all the way into that. And right before he came out with that, it was still fresh on my mind about Sneeko watching his girl get smashed when he went on Peer to Peer podcast and said that. And then that's before he met his old like red pill and he was like raging out on stuff. But this is by Adam. Ain't gonna lie, he really did lean all the way into that. That is crazy.
Guys with the special little chairs in the corner of the room, I actually predicted that this situation would cause permanent damage to his online reputation.
Do you think that you f***ed her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously, yes.
Which, looking back, is exactly what happened. It's like Adam entered a never-ending inferno of getting roasted online. So of course...
That nigga said, well, obviously, yes. You couldn't even ask me that question. That's an automatic yes for any nigga. You just better say yes, even if you didn't. Lie. You have to. Yes, I did. Unless it was just a clear situation to where you did horrible, then it's like, yeah, brother, you going to take that one on the chin. But what else is he gonna say? That's his job. That's what he does. So, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, he would double down on the humiliation and the attention by hosting a web show giving away his wife to the man of his choice.
We're gonna get you out of the situation.
Right, but the whole idea is that we're gonna do it together.
Just went there and just pulled my pants down and showed my French baguette to Lena and Adam.
But I had to bring, I don't think he wanted.
Now this pretty much ended the same way, only this time Adam would...
I knew they had a show, but I didn't know they was doing all this, my brother. I didn't know all that was going on. I never watched it.
Actually cross swords with dude. Now since then, Adam had not really been worth talking about. Honestly, his antics just got stale after he showed up on stream wearing a G-string.
I'm gonna put on this thong and I'm gonna go into the news and I'm gonna say hi to everybody.
And then he was quote-unquote acting like he was shooting a gay scene with none other than Jack Doherty's brother. Something he would later reveal was apparently an April Fool's prank.
To troll the world into believing that I am a homosexual.
But honestly, at that point, I don't think anyone really cared enough to...
Brother, relax. I didn't even know he did all this. Relax. It ain't that serious, bro. It is that serious for some people, but not something... When it comes to stuff that's testing my manhood or it's attacking my dignity or my integrity, I'm just like, hold on, my brother, because I'm not gonna feel right after I do it, even if I reap the rewards. Kind of like that Bible verse that talks about what is it for a man to gain the world but lose his soul? You know, somewhere around that lines. That's how I feel about this. Like, you gonna get some clout, you might get some money, but not for me to be walking around and people like thinking I'm gay or whoop de whoop, and I'm not gay. If it ain't hey, and if that's your life, that's your life. But if I'm not gay, I don't want to walk around and people look at me as if I am. You know what I'm saying? It would make me not feel necessarily comfortable because that's not what I'm rocking with. But at the same time, I put myself out there like that for the money, for the clout. So at that point, you just got to deal with it. I'm okay with rocking out with somebody not liking me or looking at me a certain type of way based off an opinion that I had, something that's true to myself. But I don't want nobody looking at me for something that's untrue. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
To be tricked. And now apparently Adam has been struggling financially, or at least No Jumper. Recently they were actually sued by 2 former employees at his company who alleged some sort of discriminatory termination. And then Adam even promoted an alleged crypto rug pull called Coin. And keep in mind, this is something that he was dead against in the past, yet he was completely unapologetic when CoffeeZilla questioned what the hell he was doing.
I reached out. I said, hey, you shouldn't run a coin. It's lame, and you're gonna scam or get scammed. Then Adam22 says, how else am I gonna afford all this galaxy gas?
And that really made me wonder, like,
what is wrong with this nigga? Ain't that that whip it stuff? This nigga, he don't care at all. Especially if CoffeeZilla is, you know he gonna make a video about it. I don't care.
Like, why would Adam feel the need to scam his own fans for at most a couple $100,000? And now we might finally have the answer to that, as around a month later, several of his podcast hosts and friends have been detained in a large-scale gang sweep, and even Adam himself had some sort of contact with the feds as well.
I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents.
And now Adam made this video claiming that No Jumper has gone completely broke, but some actually believe this is to avoid paying possible legal fees, or at the very least that he is lying with an agenda. Alright guys, so here...
If it works, then it's a smart move. If it leads to him not having to pay, in my eyes, it's a smart move. Now, I don't know the ramifications. I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't know. But if he gotta pay that money, then he might need to come up off that money. But if that keeps him from going, if you had to pay a lump sum of money for whatever reason for a mistake you made, whether you deserve to pay it or you don't deserve to pay it, if you can find a way out of it, would you? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Here we are in the actual video where Adam claims that No Jumper is going broke. Apparently they're having some sort of logistical issues, and some other unexpected expenses have come up that are basically killing his business.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat.
Well, I need that. Over 25 milli. Oh my God.
We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis.
Yeah, 25 million views is really nothing to scoff at, especially when most of them are like really long form views. I mean, I gotta estimate that off AdSense alone, they're clearing at least 6 figures, but you guys have to remember that No Jumper has like a massive operation. I think they had purchased like a $5 million building back in 2022 or 2023. And at the time, I had praised them for doing this. I always think it's cool when people can make like a media conglomerate like that. I thought he was going to be like his own little version of Barstool, but I think Adam witnessed firsthand how quickly you can just start burning through money simply because you own this insane building. And when you're just doing a podcast, like, do you really need all of that? Like, I get that it...
Facts, because them bills don't stop. Them things are consistent, but your income can go up and down, so people got to know more about how to grow their money and how to reserve their money and stuff like that. But, hey, to each their own. Y'all let me know what y'all would have did. If y'all would have bought that building or if y'all would have did something else with all that money or whoop-de-whoop. Y'all let me know y'all... You know what I'm saying? Y'all mindset on it.
Looks cool. I get that you want it to be like maybe the next Barstool, but that business model, especially in this economy, is just really rough.
How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue.
And this is a problem that a lot of businesses made during the pandemic. They thought that because people were at home and people were feeling good spending their stimmy money.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people feel like that regarding the pandemic. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I was in a rare group of that, bro, because I didn't take the I didn't take it serious at all. I didn't wear a mask unless I had to. And I'm not saying, I know it's people out there, maybe somebody watching, a family member who passed, you know what I'm saying? My condolences, moment of silence for them and anybody else that, you know, passed away during COVID. I'm saying that I got that respect out the way. I didn't take it serious at all. I'm living my life. And I'm saying I just didn't take it serious. I just didn't take it serious, bro. I wasn't getting them shots under no circumstance. It just wasn't happening. It just wasn't. I'm good off that. You ain't about. I was seeing people getting them. They getting sick and then they gotta get booster shots and who. And it's funny, bro. A lot of people that got them shots, bro. If you look, I ain't gonna say. If you got it and you watching me, nothing against you. I'm just telling you my experience. A lot of people I seen get these shots, bro. They seem different, bro, from if I knew them in 2018, 2019, they seem different. Maybe I'm on my conspiracy theory type shit, bro, but it's just something about them when I talk to them, and so it's like some off. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's like it's something not clicking. I don't know, bro. And this is for people I knew like before it happened. And then now I'm like, all right.
You know, back before inflation.
Let me know what y'all think though.
That these sales are gonna last.
And I know I'm yapping a lot, so I'm gonna definitely try to get through the video a little bit more though. I definitely know I'm yapping a lot right now.
Last forever. And now that the economy has essentially flipped on its head, well, a lot of these businesses just cease to exist.
Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was...
Yeah, I mean, at that time...
I know, yeah, Snapchat, you can make some crazy bread on Snapchat, too. I heard of that. I might see what that's about. I ain't gonna lie.
I was getting contacted by a couple of reps from Snapchat. They wanted to take what I was doing on YouTube and basically make a series, you know, for the Snapchat stories or whatever. And they were telling me, like, oh, we can offer you double your YouTube revenue. Apparently the numbers were insane. Almost like when Twitter first announced their Twitter Blue program, they were paying out a lot of money. But over time, the model was just not sustainable once you keep letting more and more people in.
Absolutely killing it for a year or two.
Yeah, cause I feel like that's why what a lot of people go through on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like on TikTok, people that are making money on it, they are pulling in crazy views. If not, they're selling something or an affiliate link to some, you know, stuff like that.
When we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like the Zoom Me and
I didn't even know they was doing nude interviews. That's crazy. I ain't know nothing about that. Y'all let me know if y'all knew something about them nude interviews. Look how he looking. He like, hold on.
Guy Bree fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars.
I mean, let's be honest for a second, guys. No one is watching corn so that they can know about the girl's personality. No one's saying no.
That's a fact. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. Don't care about who you are. Don't care about where you grew up at. Don't care about your mom, your dad, your siblings. And that is the hard truth for most people. For most people. Just calling it how you see it, you could just look at the actions of people and see that is basically the hard truth. We care about you for the reason why you got money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Now, I advise that you shouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? Men and women, you shouldn't even be watching porn. You should, you know what I'm saying? You should be trying to take that energy and put it to something productive. Or into your partner. Get a partner and put it into them, but more so put it into something productive for yourself. But if you gotta release it, just do it with your partner. I would advise people that even, you know what I'm saying, not be putting money in these people's pockets at all. But I digress.
Oh, I wonder where she wants to get taken for a date. I wonder how she got into this industry. Was there trauma involved? Of course. And the other thing to me is there are really that many people out there that want to see Adam getting busy on camera. Like, I get that his girl is like the focal point of the corn business that they do, but at some point aren't these people gonna be like, yo, we're sick of Adam, we don't want to see him on that orange couch no more. As a matter of fact, if you've ever paid for one of his films, I'm looking at you completely sideways.
You might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of...
Have any of one of y'all ever paid for Adam22 films? I forgot. I guess he do. I did know that, but I didn't. I've never seen an Adam22. I don't plan on ever seeing one. I might. I seen the one of his wife with the, because it was going so viral at the time. It was on Twitter. It was everywhere. So you couldn't miss it with that. But I didn't. I've never seen an Adam22 film. That's crazy.
Of our hosts left the platform in March
Classic
of
moment.
2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga did not want to fight, boy. I'm talking about the nigga that got up.
Of our hosts left the
Look how he threw that cup.
platform in March
Classic
of
moment.
Man, that nigga wasn't trying to fight. I could be wrong. He ain't like he was.
2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered
That nigga
and
looking for something else to throw. You really want to fight? Get the hell out of here.
managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well.
Yeah, I mean, they did recover pretty nicely from all that backlash.
But we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months where we experienced two major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account.
You know, I do always wonder if those type of Instagram promotions
That is tough to just lose that. I feel for you on that. No reasoning or nothing like that, bro. They gotta hurt, bro. That's like no community guidelines, no strikes. Your channel just get took from you, and you done uploaded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, and you finally built up a support base. But that would hurt. I cry. That real stuff. I'm crying. I don't care what nobody. I'm crying. If this would have get taken from me right now, that I'm trying to build back up, you know what I'm saying, and then what I used to do back then on this channel with 2K and stuff, like if this would have get took away from me just for no reason, boom, no nothing, just I'm in tears. Now y'all might not see it on camera, but man, I gotta let them. Man, I'm putting in too much work just to think. Y'all let me know what y'all do though. I'm gonna keep going though. I'm gonna lock back in, but I might have to shed some real nigga tears on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
lead to real growth for an artist. I honestly feel like you'd be better off trying to do something a little bit unique and trying to get your music trending that way through some sort of like sick little reel, sick little short video.
In addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion.
Yeah, damn. I mean, yeah, I've heard that those
That's the crazy thing. You gotta spend hella money just to not get, just so somebody can't win hella money off of you. So the whole point is for you not to have to give up a whole bunch of money, but you gotta give up a whole bunch of money in order to not give up a whole bunch of money. You see how that shit work? It don't make no damn sense.
legal fees will drain you quick. I mean, I would think if they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on this, it must be somewhat serious. And yeah, this is apparently the court case right here. And so yeah, apparently this Riley Garcia and this Yuri guy, who I think I remember, are suing No Jumper, Adam, somebody named Josh, and somebody named Nicholas. So yeah, they're basically saying that No Jumper and Adam right here are responsible for some sort of acts of discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. I mean, honestly, for all the shoddy things that were going on in No Jumper, like even before all these individuals were employed, I feel like this shit could turn to a damn class action lawsuit. Like on some surviving No Jumper shit, allegedly. Either way, I think this is the guy Yuri. They probably don't want to show his face for legal reasons, but
It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result, but somehow that's our reality and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit.
I mean, yeah, because if you give in to one person, it kind of sets the precedent like, oh, everyone come sue me now, I'm just going to be handing out settlements.
So as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees in an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which suck, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes.
They should have did that shit in the beginning. I don't understand how people get all this money and don't have no type of business sense. But I digress. But I'm just saying, like, bro, if all that money I would have been. Ain't gonna lie, in 2020, I don't have the knowledge I have now in 20. You know what I'm saying? So I probably wouldn't have did what I'm saying I would do now. I wouldn't have done what I would do now. So, granted. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's 5 years ago. I'm definitely a totally different person mentally than I was 5 years ago, especially about money and how money works. And yeah, I'm totally different. So I can understand that. It's just like, damn.
I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that massive building that I guess he bought turns into an insane fucking headache. And I would say the only saving grace here is that really only No Jumper could go bankrupt. Like, it's hard for me to see them coming after his personal assets if he has everything set up correctly.
Confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a personal level. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret.
Adam, come on, bro. Be honest about the rug pull, then.
I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help? Well,
I wasn't thinking
I do
that.
have some ideas, which I'll sort into 3 categories.
I'm like, I was not. What was you thinking that? I was not thinking, what can I do to help? How can you help me, sir? Brother, I ain't got nothing to give. I ain't got nothing to give. I ain't got nothing to give you, big dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Here, free, cheap, and generous.
Oh, here we
Free.
go. Adam's about to ask the audience for some money to pay those legal fees.
We are really trying to get serious about embracing our members here on YouTube.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about memberships on YouTube? Have you joined anyone's channel? I'm always getting emails and...
I've never joined anyone's channel. Y'all let me know, have y'all? I don't think it's wrong to support somebody, but I haven't joined anyone's channel. I don't think it's bad to join anyone's channel. I just haven't really seen a reason to. Probably because I'm spending a lot of my time making videos necessarily than necessarily watching them. But if I watch, it's certain people I can probably see myself doing that for if I was just watching videos more often and stuff like that. But y'all let me know if it's any channel that y'all would do that for, anybody that y'all are doing it for. Y'all let me know that in the comment section.
Encouraging me to do that type of thing, but I don't know, it's just hard for me to see someone in my audience spending like the same price as Netflix or something like that, just so they can watch an extra piece or like an uncensored version of my content.
$5 a month, we've got a ton of awesome benefits, including being able to watch all of our interviews free of censorship and bleeped words before they're released to the public, members only chat for all of our live stream content.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're like a huge time fan and you really want to be in like the members only chat, that's the only reason I can see doing something like this. And I'll also say, like, if you're getting endless entertainment value from somebody and it's pretty much all free, yes, I can see throwing them like $5 a month.
And for those of you who have more money to spend, we're introducing a mega premium $100 tier to our memberships that will get your name added to the
$100 a month, $1,200 a year. That's like,
Nigga, I need a personal 30-minute to 1 hour interview once a week. $100. What, you crazy? I need to be featured on the channel. Yeah, featured on the channel once a week. $100. Now get your money though, brother. Get your money. I ain't never knocking nobody hustle. I'm just kind of the entertainment aspect. I'm not knocking this hustle. Do your thing. Get your money how you get your money. And same to all the supporters that's watching me right now. If it's it could be 4 people watching me right now. It might be 400. I just never know day by day. I just never know. But yeah, get your money how you get your money. I'm just not gonna advocate that you get it illegally. You know what I'm saying? Keep it legal. Keep it legal.
like 1 month of rent for a lot of people, but hey, you get those producer credits.
And we'll also get you consistent advice and opinions on your music submissions with 1 free submission per month and discounted additional songs.
Honestly, if you're a young up-and-coming artist and you have $100 to spend on your career, this is not where I would put it. I remember back in the day, No Jumper would always do these like listening to your music live streams where maybe like 10, 15,000 people were tuned in and they were just playing different people's music. It would send them $100.
I like it. I want to.
It's not bad.
I want to hang out with him and be depressed.
And I really want to know if one single person or one single song actually blew up from doing that. Because when you're a broke artist, $100 isn't just like chump change. I just think you're still much better off trying to do like a Facebook or Instagram, maybe even a TikTok campaign. And you can at least be a lot more precise with what type of demographic you're going for.
There's my update. I've been kind of thinking about telling you guys about all this stuff for a while. I'm not begging for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just being realistic about owning a media business.
And honestly, guys, for once, I don't really see this as something to really clown Adam about. This is something that a lot of businesses all over the country are experiencing right now. And I do think it's really easy to expand when you feel like you have a really good thing going. You feel like the community loves it. Like there was this barbecue trailer nearby and they were like a hit classic in South Austin. They go and try and move into a huge brick and mortar and it just completely fucks everything up. The service was bad. They were always running out of food, stealing tips from the waitstaff. It just ended up being this huge shit show. And within like 4 months, this previously really popular food trailer that was making a ton of money went completely bankrupt. Even back a couple of years ago, I thought about making like essentially a smaller version of what his office was, where people could come in if they want to rent the space out and do podcasts, but I thought mainly I would use the space as an office. But then as I started renting out spaces and talking to the people that, own these type of media places, I realized that it was essentially a money pit. Like I remember I paid like $400 to shoot at this place for 2 hours, a podcast with my buddy Danny. And I remember in the main office, this guy had a little TV that had his like whole booking schedule up, and that shit was free as a fucking bird. No one was booking that spot, and it was actually pretty nice. And yeah, I just think in this type of economy, it's really hard to run this type of business model. Honestly, it's been a really long time since I've watched any No Jumper content. But hey, someone's still watching. Apparently 25 million views.
All right, that's about the end of that. Y'all go sub to Jamari's channel. Great content creator. He makes awesome content. Go like his stuff. Go share his stuff. Also, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Binge the rest of the videos. Like the video if you like the video. Y'all stay blessed. I will see y'all in the next video. Until then, peace.